Last summer, I had a lot of success catching trout on these little stick baits. And since then, it's really stuck in my head and been on my mind. I only made 3 of them and I managed to lose one. So this time I wanted to remake them a little bit better and have the ability to make more of them easily, because this is a design I want in my tackle box from now on. So in this video, I'm going to be carving a lure master out of basswood, and I'm going to make a silicone mold so I can pour my own resin casts. I'm also going to paint one in a brown trout pattern. So let's get to making this lure. I hope you enjoy it. Since I'm going to be making a mold of this, I just need a twist die so I have something to hold on to. So I'm just going to install this with some of this extra thick Instacure. I want to spray some of this automotive primer on there because it puts a nice build on there that I can sand and get this thing really, really smooth. I'm going to sand this with a 400 grit sandpaper. It's very, very fine. And I'm not trying to take the paint all the way off. I'm just trying to sand down the high spots. And then I'll add another layer of primer on there and keep layering it until it's perfectly smooth. This is a box I made for a different project, but it's about the right size for what I need today. And I've filled the box halfway with this modeling clay, which is listed in the description. And so what we're going to do right now is embed this lure exactly halfway into that clay. I can go ahead and mix my silicone. I'm just going to pour a very thin layer over my entire piece for right now, and then I'll give it about 10-15 minutes to set so that all the little bubbles can pop. One of the things I really like about this particular brand of silicone is that it's pretty clear, so I can see everything in there, and I see that there's this one tiny little bubble right here, and I'm going to go ahead and in there, and can't pop it, but I can shoo it away from the lure. And with that, we'll just wait for this to cure. Should be about 12 to 24 hours. Now that I've got that cleaned out, I did spray in there real lightly with some of this silicone mold release. I'm going to really cover these silicone areas with petroleum jelly here. Vaseline, petroleum jelly, whatever. Because that silicone will stick to silicone really well. So I want to make sure that that is super well coated. You don't want it thick, mind you, but you want to make sure that everything's covered. I don't remember how much of this we did yesterday. I think it was 75 grams. It was 75 grams. Let's do that. Okay, just like before, let's put a thin layer on it and let it sit for about 15 minutes so that we can get all the bubbles popped. Get a real close look. I do not see any bubbles. So I think we can go ahead and fill it up the rest of the way. Hard to see on the camera, but it came out pretty smooth, it looks like to me. We'll cast one up and see what it looks like. For weight, I messed with several configurations of weight, and I finally found, I think, the right balance in there. And the reason I've bent this wire down low like this is to get the weight as low in the lure as possible for stability's sake. So I designed this lure so that I can just pinch on some of these pre-made weights.
If you want to support the channel and look good doing it, you can now get your official Zimtex merchandise. Just click on the store tab or on the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so I can make more of the content you want to see. Also, feel free to leave a comment. I welcome your feedback and appreciate all of your support. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.